I just made an 8-hour round trip and picked up an engine and a transmission in this little thing.
Many months later.
Now this didn't come out looking quite as spiffy as I'd hoped for, but it's definitely functional. You can see right here I drilled one of the mounting holes for the trigger wheel a bit too close to the mounting holes for the adapter. But that's no problem really, because I have slots here, so I could just drill a new one right beside it. I was a bit too sloppy with the layout of the bolt circle right there. But as I set the location by degree of the notch here in the software later, it's not really important to be able to adjust this back and forth, so this is no problem really. And then I also, when I had finished turning this, I welded in a plate right here, because in the 40s the Englishman had a bunch of interesting ideas. So I think it is this hole, or maybe this hole right here, there is pressurized oil coming out. Because right here was the governor before, so it came out, hit the governor right here, flew out, hit all the governor weights, lubricated those, and then if you can see right here, there are tiny holes that then go into the middle here. So there is oil, pressurized oil coming out here, squirting onto the governor, lubricating the weights, and then lubricating the timing chain, which is quite ingenious really. It comes out of the center of the camshaft, because in one of the camshaft journals the oil pressure that lubricates the journal also provides the pressurized oil to the center of a spinning shaft, which is quite interesting. So I welded on this lid here, and then I cut some lubricating paths to the outside right here, and I put on a quite heavy chamfer on here, so when I put this on just like this, this will fill with oil and contain the pressure, because I don't want any excess pressure to be lost right here, and I also don't want the oil to not hit anything, squirt right out to the cover and then go straight back into the engine without lubricating the timing chain. So it will fill this up, pressurize it, go out my little paths, and then spread out in the chamfer, and if it hits an oil passage in this bit, it will hopefully press some oil or fling some oil with the centrifugal force right out into the timing chain. Now this timing chain is completely shot, but it's good enough for testing. And if it doesn't hit, it will hopefully still centrifugal with the centrifugal force distribute in this space here and go out and lubricate the timing chain. But I think at least 2 of the 3 holes in the timing gear hits with this. So now I will bolt this up, then bolt the trigger wheel up to that, and then probably start doing the cutout in the transmission cover. A bunch of welding and a big smoke show later, we have this finished piece. I cut this off this end and welded a plug in there. I cut a little bit less of here just to get rid of this hole and some material, and welded a plug in there also. I am going to continue grinding this and grind down the boss and smooth this out, because this is 100% unnecessary after removing the governor. And then I have this piece. I was going to weld it around the outside, but this I realized would be completely impossible, so I welded it on the inside and ground out all the material. You can see the plug right there.